Wait.
Oh, I think we're live.
Oh,
I think we're live.
I think so
See
too.
now because
I
we
was
can
just
like
watching
see,
an ad.
right?
Okay, let's see. Let's check this. This is take 2. Let's see if
Right?
we nailed it the second time. Oh yes.
Are we
Yeah.
live?
Yeah. Got my notification.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's it say?
Watch live now. Family on standby. Family on standby live stream.
Interesting.
There we go.
I wonder if I can like change the title like midstream. Oh, there's somebody watching. So is there like comments or something like that?
I don't know if we know
That's
who you
We're
are.
like trying to figure this whole thing
I know, we're
out.
such
So
newbies.
like we're not actually using like the YouTube live stream thing. We're using like
Click
oh what?
that.
Oh, we're like clicking over. Oh, hey, it's the Great Michigan.
There we go.
A new teepee. I'm not sure. Trip.
There we go.
You know darn well that we can't do that.
Right?
That's not even a thing that we can do. I wish we could.
But we are here to talk about millennials.
Yes, millennials, we're ruining travel and everything.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, we're talking about like micro-vacations.
Yes.
Micro-adventures. They're like the new thing. So we're pretty psyched about that.
And we made avocado toast to go with it. So we're all about snacks here.
Right?
I don't know if it's good because I didn't try it, but any good? Too much salt?
No, the salt's good, but the red pepper flakes are...
I added some red pepper flakes
Those are overpowering.
to our avocado toast. Apparently I did too many. I don't think you can ever have too many, but it's beside the point.
Accurate. Ooh, I'm clicking on this like little eyeball thingy. Oh, that's like...
This is definitely the difference between live and pre-recorded. Anyway, we are talking today about micro-vacations.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how many people out there know what a micro-vacation is. It's essentially what we do every time we travel. But micro-vacations are basically short getaways, usually about 3 to 4 nights. So instead of taking like a super long, week-long vacation, you take a micro-vacation. And they're like the latest trend, apparently.
Right? We're trendsetters.
Yeah. But it's like an extended weekend kind of trip. And we were doing a little bit of research, and we found out that these are...
Hey, Chubby Noise here.
Kind of what people are doing these days. So we're here to discuss them and why you should take a micro-vacation or micro-cation.
Micro-cation. I feel like the best thing on the planet.
I know.
I'm like addicted to avocado toast.
I know. Avocado. So delicious. If you don't have a snack, you should go get a snack.
Do you guys have any snacks in front of you?
Snacks are delicious.
I feel like that's really important.
Yeah. We always have a snack with us.
Right? Okay, this is like distracting me.
I know.
I'm
Stop
so
looking
bad at
at
live.
this and look at the camera.
Well, no, I'm looking at the camera. It's this like the stream thing.
Okay.
There we
No,
go.
just don't look at it.
There we go. Okay, I think that's probably better.
Okay.
Ooh. Great Michigan Bush Company. Did you fly the Stinson over there? How awesome would that be? So their channel's awesome. They fly and they cut toilet paper with like planes. Like literally, they throw rolls of toilet papers out of the plane and then they like fly around. It's like the most Michigan
That's
thing
so
on the planet.
Cool. I've got to go watch.
Yeah.
Because I think, did you show me one before?
Yeah, because I said that they were going to come and meet us in Chicago and we were going to do that.
Yes. That would be so much fun.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like...
How long were you vacationing in Paris? I'm curious.
Well, it's a micro-cation.
I know. So a lot of people do 3 to 4-ish nights, but you can even do shorter. I mean, I don't know if... Sometimes we just do like a night or two. I don't know if you would consider that a micro-vacation or not. But...
Depending on the distance, that goes more in out and back.
That could be, yeah. So...
Don't mind me, I'm just going to eat.
That's all you're doing this whole time is just eating. I guess I'll just run the whole show.
The floor is yours.
Anyways, reasons why you should take a micro vacation and why they're becoming more popular as Nick stuffs his face with avocado toast. Probably the most important reason, can't take you seriously right now. Probably the most important reason is affordability. Because these days, why did you look at me like that?
I'm just laughing because that's like the stereotypical millennial thing. Like
affordability?
Yeah, you're too busy spending your money on things like coffee and avocado
I
toast.
was just going to say, yeah.
to, do anything else.
Yeah, so your Starbucks, your daily Starbucks, and your daily avocado toast. Anyway, if you eat a lot of avocado toast and get your daily Starbucks, maybe you want to save a little bit of money by taking a micro-vacation, and that's one of the perks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pretty obvious? But if you take a vacation for 3 to 4 days, it's probably going to be cheaper than a 7-day vacation.
Assuming it doesn't cost you too much to get there.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. Because sometimes you can find a good deal on a hotel, but generally speaking, it'll probably be a little bit more affordable if it's, a micro-vacation.
Oh, now I get this up.
Are you going to talk about anything other than avocado toast this whole time?
Well, let's call the video avocado toast plus vacations.
I think we're going to have to. Okay, so that's one of the best reasons to do it. Next is probably another great one, which is you use less of your vacation time. So this one is very important for us because I only get like 10 vacation days a year, yet we go on all of these trips.
That is so brutal. You only get 10.
And it's like we're always trying to figure out how we can maximize our vacation days.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that we generally do it is just by extended weekend trips.
Yes.
Which,
holiday weekends are great for that.
Yes. We do try to do holiday weekends a lot. So it can be harder to get on standby flights. And it can be more expensive if you're buying a flight. But sometimes we try to do like Martin Luther King Day. If you're in the U.S., Martin Luther King Day or President's Day, things like that are typically not as expensive as like Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that.
We're going to try to travel on Thanksgiving, and I don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to try to go to Disney. And that's probably the worst place you could try to fly standby to during Thanksgiving. But we're going to give it a go. It should be interesting.
That's true.
But yes, if you're trying to maximize your vacation days, a micro-vacation might just be for you.
A thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like lagging.
Well, I think it's only on the...
No, I know it is.
Okay.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to post this on Facebook. So people know that we're going live.
Okay.
I feel like that's an important thing.
We did a couple reasons. Next reason... At least for us, more vacations to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever, in the past when we have taken like just one giant trip, like sometimes when we went to Europe, maybe oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel really old. What was that, like 10 years ago? When we went to Italy for the first time?
Stop. No, it wasn't 10 years ago, was it?
I think it was it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe like 7 years ago. Anyway.
That feels like really long.
We basically blew like all of our vacation time just in one whole trip, and it was like a 2-week trip.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you have one vacation to look forward to the full year, and then it's over.
That is like the worst.
Then you get the vacation blues. But you don't get the vacation blues as often if you have another trip to look forward to because you can travel more often since you're taking fewer or shorter trips.
Accurate.
Yeah. Nick's preparing a Facebook post.
The thumbnail of you is heinous.
Really? That's not going on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just go with it. Whatever, I don't care. Okay. Next reason is that less time away from your responsibilities. And I think this is one that really gets people a lot because there's so many studies out there that say all this vacation time goes unused.
Oh, that's like
at least in the U.S. I don't know.
Like use your vacation time.
Like we never have this problem. Let's make that clear. Like we are never those people where it gets to the end of the year and we're like, oh man, there's so much vacation time left. What are we gonna do with it?
Never.
No, That's not a problem we ever have to
We're
worry
like
about.
strategizing like months in advance.
Yeah, like how can we squeeze the most out of our days? But a lot of people, there's studies everywhere that say, I think it's like 50% of Americans or something like that don't use all their vacation days. And I'm just like,
Those poor souls.
Why? Why do you not use your vacation days?
Right? At least do a staycation.
Yeah. Well, I think it's for, like, people are afraid to leave their jobs because they think maybe somebody else can't do the work that needs to get done. People are afraid to take time off of work. I lose my train of thought. You're just totally distracting me. I think people are afraid to just take time off of work in general because if they're gone, maybe everything doesn't get done, and then maybe you get in trouble with your boss or whatever the reason may be. Or they find it hard to get shifts covered, depending on the type of job you have. Something like that is the only reason I can think of.
There are some good reasons, I suppose, but you gotta make sure that, but use your vacation time.
But yeah, it's there for a reason. Maybe there are other reasons I'm just not aware of. But
true. A couple of people have joined in the last few minutes, so to reintroduce ourselves, we're family on standby. I'm Nick. This is Brittany.
In fact, I don't think we ever introduced ourselves.
Well, we didn't know we were live.
Yeah, we're newbies at live.
Kind of accidental. But anyway, if you could hit the like and then subscribe and all that good stuff, we'd very much appreciate that one.
Yeah. The kids are in bed. We have 2 kids also, Everett and Olivia. Hopefully they're in bed. We put them to sleep. Hopefully they're actually sleeping. But we'll find out here soon if one walks across the screen.
Oh God, could you imagine if Everett just started rolling across?
That would be scary because he can barely even sit up straight.
This is true.
Yeah.
Where were we?
So, if you just joined, we are discussing millennial travel and the latest trend, which is micro-vacations. Well, I'm discussing it. Nick is eating avocado toast.
It's been a long day.
So we've gone through some of the reasons why these trips are becoming more and more popular and why we actually do them. Because we fly standby, but even before we started flying standby, this was kind of something that we did just to get the most out of our vacation time.
We did Budapest and Vienna it was a long weekend, like 4 or 5 days. Or something like that, wasn't it?
It wasn't, I don't think it was
I would call that a micro-cation, a micro-adventure.
Okay, so we're bordering into 4 or 5 day long trips. Okay. Anything maybe under like a week, probably. But I think it's usually like 3 to 4 days.
5 the definition.
No, I think it's usually like 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4? Okay.
Yeah. It's like an extended weekend.
I'm okay with that definition. I finished my toast, if you care.
Okay, so now you can actually participate in the conversation.
I get the clean plate.
That's my water. Okay. Jeez. Okay.
I feel better
and
now.
then one other reason is that you can, if you have like a special event. So we've traveled to events before. Actually, we just went to Austin for a wedding. That was Everett's very first flight. We went there when he was like
6 weeks? 6 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah. No, not 4 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah. We went to Austin, Texas.
This big.
Mm-hmm. So if you have an event like a wedding or something, you can use it as a vacation and make a micro-cation out of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. They work great for like road trips. You could have a micro-adventure within a trip. It's like go to Japan for like 2 or 3 weeks. You could take like a train and go and visit Kyoto for a day or a night or something like that. That's kind of a cool thing. Not really the definition of what we're going for, but
I mean, it's a cool thing. But actually, international trips, that's a good tip because if you can find a good deal on a flight, international, that being the key, obviously, then an international trip can be a good deal because you sleep on the flight over. Like if you're going from, the U.S. to Europe, for example, a lot of those flights leave in the evening. You sleep through the flight, and then you wake up, and it's morning there. So you really maximize your time if you do that.
That's my favorite micro-cation we've taken.
Europe, U.S. to Europe?
When you were pregnant and you had the craving for Belgian chocolate. So we flew overnight to Brussels to get the chocolate, and that's
pretty legit. I mean, can't say that, I wouldn't do the same even not being pregnant. But,
right? No, I want chocolate. When are we going back to Brussels?
I don't know. There's a lot of places I want to go.
Andy's flying Polaris right now. Like, as we speak. He's on a plane to London.
Jealous.
Flying Polaris.
Jealous. Sounds like a great time right now. It's like just so busy at work.
Right? Just like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see if the notifications. I bet they're just likes. We got likes. I just see notifications.
Just scroll through your Facebook feed.
Well, that's what happens.
Yes. So, but if you do decide to take a micro vacation, some tips that we've learned just from our trips. Definitely be flexible with the destination, because if you can be flexible with the destination, you can score some pretty dang good deals.
This is true. Just that Google search feature and like picking a random
Yeah. So if you've never used
last
Google Flights, Skyscanner has I forget the exact terminology, but there's a Google Flights Anywhere and like a Skyscanner Anywhere. Essentially is what they are. There's like a name for them, but you can log in. You can say what the airport that you want to leave from, and then you can type in anywhere, and you can type in like the exact dates, or you can do like a weekend search or a month search. It'll just give you wherever the cheapest flight is.
How awesome!
So great, because then you can just find out of this list of the cheapest flights. Kind of want to go here or here, wherever.
I've heard some people getting pretty darn good deals from this.
Yeah, I think that if you can be flexible like that, you can really get a great deal. So highly recommend checking that out. And then another app, on the subject of apps that we use, that Hotwire Secret Hotel. So we've done it probably, how many times now? We've done it quite a few times.
Every time we go.
Yeah, I mean, almost every time. Because if you're willing to take a little bit of a risk, you can get a great deal. Like, you actually save a decent amount of money with those.
Right.
And so we've used them before. And I think we've only been burned like one time, though. When did we? The only time, and it really wasn't a bad, it was a nice hotel. Well, the Brussels trip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
When we went to Brussels.
We're missing so many comments. It wasn't showing up in our thing. So we're taking a time out. Okay. Reese's Pumpkins. Why is that sad? Chubby and Away is eating Reese's Pumpkins.
Oh, those are the best.
I know.
And the Christmas trees. I like the Christmas trees.
I don't know why I can say that's sad. If you haven't checked out their channel's awesome. And they have a cool podcast, and they invite really awesome guests. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah. 3 days in Iceland.
Ooh,
3 days
I want to
in
do
Paris.
the Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Avocado toast is a good choice. Everyone largely agrees.
Okay. I agree with that. So, Great Michigan, you get shamed in the U.S. for not taking vacation. When you do, coworkers toss you under the bus.
So true.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Some workplaces, and I've been in this workplaces before, where you feel like anxiety around.
Oh yeah.
And it's the same way with when you. I know this is off topic, but when you get sick. I feel like that's why people go to work when they're sick, is because they make you feel guilty for taking a sick day, which you shouldn't have to feel guilty about that.
Right?
But yeah, I feel like it's the same kind of concept with vacation time. You shouldn't have to feel guilty about taking it off, but you do.
So now I'm hungry for pumpkin things.
You know what? We took her trick-or-treating, and she has a bag full of candy, but I don't think there are any Reese's. Okay. Apparently Nick's about to go see if we have Reese's Pumpkins. That is his favorite snack. That's his snack of choice. So when you say anything about Reese's, immediately he has to go and find out. So, did you find any? Are there any in there?
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back empty-handed. Let's just say that. But back on the subject that we're talking about. So another tip, besides being flexible destination, if you can pick a hub city, that is also great because wherever you're flying from, if you pick a hub city, you don't have to, then you most likely are going to get a direct flight somewhere. Another great way to maximize your time.
Reese's.
Oh, but this isn't a pumpkin.
Well, no, it's not a pumpkin.
Standard.
But I swear there was one. We have so much candy.
That is a perk of having kids, is that you get to raid their Halloween candy.
This is a mini Reese's.
No, we don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, props to people that do like full-size Snickers.
This is timely because Halloween is coming up, so
If you haven't decided which,
you'll be a hit if you buy the full-size candies. We did not.
No.
But
we did buy Reese's though.
we did, yeah. We always have to get at least like the good chocolates when we
Right.
do it. But,
So accurate.
just pack for certain weather and aim that way. We try to do that. Sometimes we plan on going like to somewhere
Yeah.
that's warm, and then we end up somewhere cold.
Like for our baby moon,
But
we were
we're-
going to go to Honolulu,
Yeah.
but ended up in Athens. But Edith and Great Michigan Bush Company, they have non-rev benefits, so they
Okay.
they do
Ah.
similar to what we do.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to say that we're a little bit of a unique situation, and most people can just pack for certain weather. And I would say like 9 times out of 10 that can work because your locations that you have on your list are most likely to be the same.
Probably similar.
But every so often, it's a wild card is thrown in there.
All right, I feel better now.
You had your Reese's.
It's not
All
you,
you've done this whole time is eat. Like, I'm the only one getting anything accomplished here.
Like, you know what? This is anything can happen Tuesdays.
Apparently.
So if you're just joining us, Family on Standby, we're talking about, now, avocado toast, Reese's, and
Some of us are talking about
micro-cations.
micro-vacations.
So give us a like on the video and help other people find it, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yes.
So Bob and Kara wants to know what kind of jobs we have in the airline. I do not. I'm a freeloader.
He just takes advantage of my flight benefits. But I actually work, so I don't work on the plane or in the airport or anything like that. I actually work in the corporate office. So I do mostly marketing, but that's how we get our flight benefits. If you work kind of in a corporate role, you can still get the benefits that way. So it's quite nice because Nick can take advantage of them, and then also our 2 kids. So
And your parents.
and my parents. So
And then buddy passes.
yeah, and then you also get buddy passes, which is a whole nother topic in itself.
Right.
Chubby in a way is familiar with this one.
Which one?
They use the buddy passes, but if you've never,
Yep, Willis Tower.
yes, yep, Willis Tower.
The unbuddy pass.
Sometimes it's a double-edged sword having the buddy passes because if you are familiar with standby travel and buddy passes,
It's not for the faint of heart.
It can head south real fast, and it's like you never know if you want to give them to people because then you have to. It's a lot of pressure. Let's just put it that way. It's a lot of pressure.
Are you buddy pass worthy?
Yeah.
Ooh, Paul from Taste So Good, he's here saying hello. He's all the way from Korea.
Oh.
So it's like
We still gotta make
early
it to
for him.
Korea.
I know.
Yeah, we gotta do that soon.
Right?
'Cause United flies there.
And he promised he would take us around and show us all the best stuff
Yeah.
in Seoul. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty psyched about that.
Yep. That sounds nice.
Edith's daughter doesn't know how to travel without standby. We actually just talked about that. About how, like, what would we do if we had confirmed seats? Like, I don't even know how to handle this.
I don't, yeah. I mean, so we actually debated. We're taking a trip. Actually, our next, well, maybe it's our next trip. You never know with us.
Right.
But we're planning a trip for Thanksgiving to Orlando. And Orlando is already super hard for us to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't know if we wanted to buy confirmed seats just to make sure that we were going to get there. And just,
debating.
like, buy tickets. So we've been debating, but we might just risk it.
Roll the dice. Like maybe like a road trip or something like that.
Well, we're buying our tickets to Disney, and they're non-refundable. So it's like if we don't get there,
we better get there.
Yeah. Cherry blossom season is in April. It tastes so good.
Okay. All right. Actually, we might have to do that. But
I've always wanted to go to a cherry blossom season. There's one in Washington, D.C. We tried to go there once. That didn't work out. Tokyo has one. We didn't make it there.
Yeah.
Maybe Korea's
that might be
window.
Our help us.
Yeah.
Korea, your only hope. So Amanda, chubbing away, says, "Oi, buddy passes." They have a wonderful video where actually I think that was like the first time that we like saw what they were doing.
Yeah.
And they flew standby and they got stuck, and she was not less than thrilled, and I'm just kind of laughing watching the video. I feel bad about it, but
I know, because we've been there, and it's you gotta, I don't know, you have to know what you're signing yourself up for if you ever take a buddy pass from someone.
And Edith, she committed the cardinal sin. She paid for a hotel and shows in Vegas before getting on the plane.
Oh, jeez.
Golly. That gives me anxiety.
I know, the hotel thing, we've debated a few times about like whether we wanted to just risk it and buy a hotel, because sometimes when you see a really good deal, it's just so hard not to take advantage of it. But so far we've kind of resisted, and that's why we do like the hot wire seeker hotels, because that's strong. We book it from the plane every time almost.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so April they fly. I want to fly Korean Air. I don't know why, but I think they confirm their seats like 24 hours in advance instead of...
Oh, do they?
I think so. I don't know if that's right.
So we can fly a lot of different airlines.
Yeah.
It just, kind of depends. We can't see like all the seats on every airline, so it's always risky to do that. But we can always look at the destination and see if there's a way for us to get there.
Bob and Kara ask if we get a 20% discount. I believe we do, we just never use it.
We do, but we
it's
always...
a matter of principle.
We're just very, like, risky with everything. And I think it's because we've always ended up getting where we need to go, but, like, we torture ourselves in the process. Like, we'll go through as many flights as we need to get there without having to buy a ticket.
Right.
So, we probably sometimes should just use the discount.
But no.
Especially with kids, because it's like we'll sit, just out of principle, we'll sit in the airport all day long just because we don't want to pay, because we're too cheap to pay for the tickets.
Right. Yeah. So Staff Traveler app.
Yeah, we've used that, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one we've used?
Well, that's to like see if, but everything shows up as like the frowny face.
No, that's not the one.
Oh, that's not the one? There's so many.
If I know, or if this is the one that I'm thinking of, it's like you can get credits and...
Oh, yeah, we do use that one.
Yeah, so you can like acquire credits, and then you can use it to actually see what the loads are like on other airlines. I think we've used that, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Roger thinks that torture is a good description of our travels. We prefer to think of it as building character for our children.
Yes.
They like airports, and by they I mean Olivia.
Every time we get in the car after work and school, Olivia will ask if we're going to the airport and say she wants to go to the airport. Like she loves it. It's like her favorite. In fact, I think I asked her what her favorite place is in the world the other day, and she said the airport. Right. Which is very weird, because that's most people's least favorite place.
So, Great Michigan Bush Company says all day long in an airport with a family, it's cheaper to buy tickets. I would say normally yes, but thanks to Priority Pass, it is actually probably the cheapest day that
it is,
we
but
have.
Although then you have to take into account the annual fees and all that. But
well, yeah, but that's not that much given how much we use it.
Yeah, I mean, for us it's worth it, but for some it may not be. I mean, it just depends how much you travel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing that makes staying in airports bearable for us at all.
Right. So a bunch of people have kind of just trickled in. So can a bunch of people trickle? I don't know. Anyway, if you're just joining, make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're talking about, well, we started off talking about micro-vacations, and then that turned into avocado toast and Reese's, and now we're talking mostly about standby life. So, like, I don't even know what to call this.
This is why we don't go live ever, because we are not the type of people who stay on track with anything. We don't know how to do that.
Bobby Care was nervous that we were going to, or our daughter was going to drop a wine glass in Cancun.
Me
it was
too.
Plastic.
It was plastic. I don't think you could necessarily tell on the I was afraid just because I thought, like, it was so full. And I really thought she was just going to pour it all over the ground and all over her clothes and everything.
She was
I was going to give her the chance, you know, because she was really excited about it. So I gave her the chance, but luckily it paid off.
It was the cutest thing, too, because she, like, put it down. And if you've ever been to an all-inclusive in Cancun, and we're giving a little bit away of Sunday's video, but they took her glass, and she was devastated.
Yeah.
Because she, like, well, they took my drink. I didn't even get to finish it. And I was like, honey, you do not know the miracles of all-inclusive. They keep them stocked and cold, and so she started to pick up on that pretty quickly.
It was really cool, too. It was, like, kid-friendly, so they had champagne waiting for adults, and then they had, like, juice. They had one forever, and you can't have it, but they had it waiting for when we just got to the entrance, so, man, that is a very cool experience.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yes. When you watch the screen and you refresh the app until, it's like just so nerve-wracking. And we sit there with the app and we're like, refresh, refresh, refresh. Like, you know, it's like you constantly are just clicking that to see, oh man. Especially
if it's like inversely proportional to how bad you want to get home. I mean, it's like...
Yeah. We just sit there on the app all day long, and it's also another form of torture, but... And they say don't leave the gate area until the door is closed. So sometimes you'll be like, oh gosh, I just want to get away. I'm done with this flight. Let's just leave. They say don't leave until the door closes.
I mean, we've got on flights we had no business getting on. Oversold by like 15 to like all of a sudden on, and it's...
When we first started flying standby, we would not risk anything. Like, we would not go anywhere unless we were guaranteed, essentially, which you can never be guaranteed, but unless there was like 100 seats on the plane. That's being a little bit exaggerating, but...
It's pretty darn close.
But now it's like, we'll just go if it's minus 10 seats. We just kind of risk it because we figure we can find a way home somehow. Right.
Roger wants to know the luckiest flight we've ever gotten on. Oh gosh. Well, okay, so there's the luckiest one that we've made that we should never have gotten. We woke up in New Orleans 30 minutes before the flight departed, and we got from our hotel through security and to the gate in 20 minutes. The flight was delayed by like 5 minutes, so we were there right at that 15-minute cutoff. That was brutal.
Oh yeah.
But we should never have gotten that one.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know how that happened or why, but it did. And we're very lucky.
And then the other one that we should have had no business being on was the Tokyo flight coming home when we got Polaris.
Which one was that?
I
can't remember what it was.
That was 2 years ago when we went to
without
Tokyo.
kids.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was.
And it was all like oversold, but then all of a sudden we got 2 seats in Polaris, and it was.
Yeah. That was a really nice one. Vegas, too, because Vegas is just...
That's a gamble.
We don't try to do Vegas that often because it's like things just change on a dime to Vegas. For us, at least. I don't know. Maybe others have had luck with it, but it's like there'll be open seats and then all of a sudden there'll be minus, and it's chaos. So it was oversold, and we were at the airport trying to get on another city. And we didn't get on that flight, and then all of a sudden we saw Vegas just randomly opened up, so we booked it to the gate and just got on.
Oh yeah.
And then when we were coming home, we couldn't get on a flight and had to end up buying a flight home. So it kind of paid off, and then kind of didn't. Right.
Roger liked my gamble joke. I'm here all week, folks. So Tokyo is you could definitely do a micro-cation to Tokyo if you're flying non-rev. So now we're getting a little bit off topic, but I think that's okay because that's where it's going. So we did Tokyo for 3 nights.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the smallest amount I would go because of the time it takes to get there.
Yeah, but honestly, like I thought, like when we just went with the kids, we were there for 2 weeks when we were just recently there, and that jet lag was
painful.
Yes, I would not. I mean, it was. I will say it was worth it because the trip was awesome.
Yeah.
But when we were there the first time, we were only there for 3 nights. We had no jet lag when we got home, like
Right.
none whatsoever. And so I think when you go for just a short time, your body doesn't adjust to their local time zone yet. So you don't have to worry about jet lag too much, which is a pro to doing it like that. But
right. The yeah, you could. So you leave at like noon on one day, and then you get there.
Well, for us, it
Yeah.
could be different depending
Well,
where you're from.
Chicago, for us, you leave at noon, and then you get there the next day at 5 p.m. And then the flights generally leave at like 1 p.m. So you leave at 1 p.m. and then you get there same day at like 5 a.m. I want to say. I don't remember off the top of my head. So you need like 4 days of solid travel time.
Yeah, I would say just to have at least like 3 full days in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I mean, just after having been there, and especially if you want to do a sushi tour,
yeah,
just because everything's so spread out that like you couldn't squeeze it. At least for us, we couldn't squeeze a ton of stuff into one day because you're trying to take the train all over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would recommend at least like 3 days to just get all the ramen and the sushi you can handle.
Right. Have we ever been to an Admirals Club? No, we haven't. I don't think we've flown American in a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, and we haven't because with can you get there with Priority Pass?
No.
Okay. So yeah,
Can't
but there are some that you have to have a confirmed ticket for.
Delta we could get, but
yeah, Delta I think we can get into, but we would have to have a confirmed ticket. Yeah, through Delta, so we'd have to do that, and then you can also get the Centurion with Priority Pass, but we've been in one.
Well, it's not Priority Pass. That you have to have the Amex Platinum card. Same with Delta.
Well, he's the credit card expert, but we've done it one time, and then I think they changed the rule. You can't do it with a standby ticket.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, we haven't gotten to do that either.
Annoying. Also, if this thing just like ends, so we're actually not using like our webcam. We've found a way to use our like vlogging cameras, so we're pretty psyched about it. But it's not like plugged into a power source, so if it dies, it dies. So
I don't know. We're testing the battery. It's a new one.
Right? So if you're just joining us, make sure you subscribe and like us. And let's just say goodnight. I mean, we're not leaving, but we're going to say goodnight just in case it dies. Because I'm like paranoid. I don't know how long this thing lasts.
I don't know.
So make sure you like and subscribe to all of our social.
Off.
Right? It will. It'll be amusing.
Yeah.
So Benedict wants to know what app we used to book our hotel for Cancun. That was the ID90 app, right?
Yeah. So we used ID90.
And everybody can use that, I think. I thought I had like a thing to invite people that were non-airline.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think you could go to ID90 and check it out. If you are airline employee, we use ID90.
You have to use that.
Yeah. Well, we use a variety of things, but this is what we used for the Cancun trip, and it was a lot cheaper than what we found. A lot of times we'll use Orbitz because it's just generally cheaper. Like they'll always have promo codes that you can find for Orbitz, whereas like Expedia and Travelocity, I don't know. I'm never able to really find promo codes for that. Maybe I'm just not researching it right. But Orbitz, I can usually find good promo codes. So we use that sometimes, but the ID90 hotel was a lot cheaper than what it was on Orbitz.
There's no about it, so I'll search it later and we'll put it in.
But there was a link to invite like friends and family, so I don't know if that means that just anyone can use it, or
if there's a link to invite, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And ID90, if you're watching, let these people on.
Yeah. I think maybe other people can use it too, but we'll find out.
What else we got from micro-cations or non-air? If you guys have any other questions about it?
Yeah, getting back on.
Back on topic.
No, we love talking about non-air though, because it's just very. Oh, Priceline.
We haven't used Priceline. We do stay in a lot of Airbnbs though.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of two comments there.
Yeah.
But so Priceline, we have not really used that too much. So if you've had a good experience, let us know if that's one where because I feel there's one that's like name your own price. That's Priceline, right? I feel like that goes with the name.
I feel like you're like thinking of a marketing campaign that's like 20
Name your
years
own
old.
price. That's a thing.
Is it still a thing?
There's the commercials on TV, so I assume so.
If there's commercials, I'm sleeping.
So, yeah, I've never tried that name your own price thing. It still exists, but
right?
Let me know if it's good because I will try it if you can get a good deal. Hotels or Airbnbs, it's usually like a mix.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we stay in a hotel, it's usually because like the places where we do it, they'll have hotel pools, and Olivia is obsessed with hotel pools.
Yeah.
Keeps her entertained. So like if we're going to Europe or something, we can't generally find like a lot of Airbnbs that will have like pools or anything.
Yeah.
So
but we did stay in Amsterdam. We booked.
But yeah, so if we're going to Europe, usually like we don't try to get pools anyways. We usually kind of do Airbnbs for that. But if we're going to like a warm place, we get a hotel normally. But yeah, there are some really cool Airbnbs in Europe.
Yeah. Allie wants to know if we have any hotel credit cards. So we don't because we don't have any particular like loyalty. And so we find that the points that we get from our Amex and from our Sapphire, we make up more money in points than like the free nights. And so we're always staying for like short amounts of time on micro-vacations. So it doesn't usually meet that threshold of stay. Oh, you gotta eat your toast. It doesn't meet that threshold of 3 nights. So we usually stick with just the points and then redeem those on either Ultimate Rewards travel or Amex travel.
We did try the Hilton card for a short while there.
We still have that.
We just don't use it, but I think it's a pretty good card. Since we just book all kinds of different brand hotels.
Yeah.
It just wasn't really worth it for us, but I think that's a good one if you're like have particular loyalty to Hilton or whichever brand.
Yeah. So Benedict wants to know if there are any tips for flying standby with a family. I mean, not really much different than flying just on your own, except for knowing your kids' limits. Like for us, we try to avoid that like 5 a.m. flight just because waking up a toddler and a baby that early is like suicide.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
so we tend to go for the later one. Now, if that first flight out is like a slam dunk and it's a direct flight, then maybe we're talking. The other thing is we never, ever, ever check. We always carry on because there's always an accident of some kind, either from them or us, and a mess and want to change. And
it's very nice to be able to just take the stroller through the airport.
Yeah.
And even if the kids aren't going to stay in the stroller, it doubles as a vehicle to put all your other stuff on, like your carry-ons and stuff. So, I mean, that's typically what we do. Otherwise, it's just about standby, being flexible. That's what we've mostly learned from it, and just knowing there's still going to be tantrums.
We're going to go somewhere, but we don't know where, is kind of how we generally
I think it's like setting expectations is important, too, for kids that fly standby, because, like, when we first started taking Olivia on trips, like, one time we said, we're going to Disney.
That was a mistake.
No, we made it there. It was a mistake at first because we didn't think, like, we missed a few flights to get there, and then it was like, we were like, oh, shoot, we messed up. But luckily we got there. But we learned the lesson that time because if you say you're going to go somewhere, you aren't necessarily going to go there. And that's a lot harder for a child to understand than an adult, obviously.
We didn't even tell her that we're flying. We always say, do you want to go to the airport?
Yeah. So that's all we ever say. Sometimes we don't get out, and sometimes we do.
Right? Yeah, that 5 a.m. flight is magical. We've made so many flights that are like oversold by 15 or 20 just because people change or don't show up or miss connections or whatever. But it's a great flight.
Yep. Oh, and The ID90 app, yes, you can use it for flights, but then also hotels. And I just found that out like maybe a year ago. I thought the same thing. You can only use it for flights, but
5 a.m. out of Amsterdam.
mm-hmm.
Ouch. So Roger wants us to get back on task. He's being the scrum master.
Oh, good. Somebody has to.
He wants to know if we offered tips on a mini vacation. Do you think you should over-plan an itinerary or plan nothing and see how it all plays out? Well, if you know us, we don't plan. Mm-hmm. There's something to be said about going in with a somewhat of a plan, but for like the little adventures and the weekends, I think it's best to...
And don't say us, because I plan a little bit.
Well,
when everywhere we go. So I think, my own personal take is that you have to do a little bit of planning. Like, so whenever we travel somewhere, I'll usually look up restaurants and like the popular things to eat, because that's an important part of when we travel, is that like we like to try different foods and like, I don't know. We look for kind of like more local restaurants and things like that. So I think planning some things or seeing like kind of what unique activities a place has. Yeah. We always try to do, but we don't try to plan like meticulously the whole day or anything. I think we normally err on the side of less planning than over planning. But
looking up things and having like a thing of like, oh, if we want to do X, Y, and Z, we can, versus at 10 a.m. we have to be here, at 12 p.m. we have to be, Well,
normally, like, I just come up with a whole list of restaurants, and then we just go with whatever we're feeling that day or whatever. Not like, we're going to go here this day, and, But I think it's kind of worked out, especially with kids, because the times we have planned it really well... so we planned out a whole thing once we got to Miami, because he didn't even know we were going to go, but... once we got there, we tried to like plan out a whole trip, and then just chaos ensued. The kids just got grumpy gooses, and it was not good. So, we try not to plan if we can.
Right. Allie wants... Oh, she says there's always at least one day of no planning just to be stress-free and do whatever. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good tip, too. Like, especially... for like the times we've gone to Disney, we will do like a park day, and then immediately the next day it'll just be like chill at the pool and have zero planned. Yeah.
That's tough to do on the micro vacations though, because the whole idea is that you're trying to hit a whole city in 24 to 48 hours. So you kind of gotta be go, 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 go.
Yeah, I would say we tend to pack a lot into our day, but we don't really plan out like how we're going to do it or anything like that. Yeah. We kind of let the kids dictate, like, is it time to go eat somewhere? Is it time to go to a park? So we have, like, a list of things we want to do, and then we figure out based on, like, what their kind of, like, personality is at the time.
Bob and Kara wants to know, where's our favorite driving vacation? Ooh. I know mine.
What's yours?
Madison.
Ah, that's a good one.
Madison, Wisconsin is awesome.
He.
Sorry, Roger. Roger's like feverishly typing, I guarantee right now, because went to Wisconsin, and Ohio State just beat the pants out of Wisconsin. So go Bucks. Sorry, not sorry, but I love Madison.
Madison's a fun city, and we always go there, and we take a cheese curd tour every time we're there.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun. There's also the place with the water parks that we have not gone to. This isn't my favorite because we've never gone there. But it's somewhere that we say we're going to go every winter because it's freezing here. And we want to go to like a pool and, I don't know, just be in the water. But we still have yet to go there. So that's on our list.
Yeah. Oh, we do also love day trips to Madison. Those are like amazing to like, for non-rev, to like hop on a plane in the morning, fly to Madison for the afternoon, and then come back. Those are great. Yeah. What is Wausau? I've never even heard of that.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. So
is that in Michigan? I bet it's in Michigan. That sounds like a Michigan thing. Oh, it's Wisconsin. Oh. I'll be darned. Where is it?
This is like real-time Googling.
Right. Because day trips are important.
Is it close to us?
No. It's like way north of Madison.
2 hours north of Madison. All right. We could give it a try. We we've done exactly one long car trip with Everett because actually we did two, but he does not like the car at all. Yeah, he screams the whole time.
Yeah, I'd rather fly.
It's not great.
Top 5 micro-cation list, domestic and or international.
Ooh.
Okay, this could be a tough one. Okay, so a micro-cation. Let's talk about first what makes a good micro-cation destination.
Okay, I've talked about it a lot. You were eating avocado toast and missed the whole thing.
Well, okay, that might be somewhat accurate.
Okay, but so you talk about it.
No, but like a candidate-wise for a city.
Going to Canada?
Candidate-wise.
Oh, I thought you said Canada.
Oh, Lord.
Well, Canada's a good option, right?
It is.
Because it's international, but it's also pretty close. I mean, for us being in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, we did Niagara Falls for only, 3 days?
Niagara Falls is a great micro-cation.
I know. I came up with it.
I know. I'm giving you a compliment. Man, there's so much defensiveness on this part of the couch.
Someone else is going to...
Las Vegas, Paris, Miami.
Okay.
YUL.
That's Toronto, right? Or
no, that's...
No, YYZ is Toronto.
Yeah.
Right?
YUL.
YUL. Is that...
It's in Canada.
Montreal or...
Why have I never heard of...
No, I've heard of it. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Dorval.
Yeah, Montreal. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Montreal's on our list, too, and we still haven't been there.
No.
But I've heard great things.
That's a pretty solid list.
Okay.
But so a good micro-cation or micro-adventure has a good amount of stuff to do. It's a city that's got good public transit. It's got good nightlife and good stuff to do during the day because you're packing all that time. So for Europe, I think, at least the places we've been to, Amsterdam fits the bill.
Yeah.
So does Paris. So does London.
Yeah, I feel like we're just going to list off every place. But I would also say Lisbon was good. If you can find a direct flight. But yeah, Lisbon was good because it's one of the shortest U.S. to Europe flights that you can find. Yeah. So.
And then...
Amsterdam's the best, yes.
Amsterdam is amazing. Mm-hmm. And then I like San Francisco.
It's a little bit of a longer one.
Yeah. Well, depending on where you're at. Mm-hmm. Vegas. Austin's...
Yeah. I mean, we're a little bit biased because we lived in Austin for a few years. But Austin's amazing. If you haven't been there, definitely go there. That's great because it has the food. Mm-hmm. And there's always something going on. And most of the year, the weather's pretty nice, too. So you can do a lot of outdoor stuff.
Yep. And then New York City is always a good one, too.
Yeah. And that usually has pretty... New York City and D.C., like, no matter where you're flying from, usually there's pretty good flight deals. So that's a good one for just being able to have a budget one.
Must-have travel essentials for flying standby. Well, they're largely the same as if you're traveling revenue, I would assume. But we pack anything small and light. So we don't, like I said, we don't check any bags. So we always have like just a little amenity kit bag with stocked with always our deodorant and toothbrushes and toothpaste and kind of the essentials that's always in our bag. And then a couple of pairs of clothes depending on where we're going.
Yeah, I think that's key is just having... We always pack layers because we never know, like, 100% if we're going to end up somewhere warm or cold. Mm-hmm. So we always pack layers. We always bring, like, one little, like, surprise toy for the kids just to make sure that they are okay on the plane. That's worked out pretty well.
And then our camera. We always have to take that.
Yeah, always have to take that. And snacks. You almost forgot about the snacks.
Who's snacks?
Snacks. We always bring snacks with us. Everywhere we go.
So many.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah. Airport code CWA. Which airport is that? That's the okay. Yeah, I wonder if we could do a day trip there.
Yeah, Priority Pass is a must so you don't spend $5,000 on airport food.
Yeah.
100%.
We tell people that all the time, which we get it if you're not traveling super often, maybe it's not worth it for you, but if you're traveling at least, like, I don't know, 5 trips a year or something, then it definitely pays for itself. Because airport food is, unless you go to Applebee's in Atlanta.
Okay. You can't hate on that $13 bottle of wine at Applebee's.
Atlanta, yeah, there's a $13 bottle of wine in the Applebee's in the Atlanta airport. And so every time we're there, we take advantage of that deal.
Favorite carry-on brand? We use Travel Pro.
Yeah, we use Travel Pro. And they've actually... So before Travel Pro, what was that brand that we had? Because there was one brand we had that just did not last long at all. I think it was...
Swanson?
Yeah, I wanted to say Samsung.
Samsonite.
Samsonite. I kept thinking Samsung in my head, and I was like, that's not a brand of carry-on. But yeah, now we use Travel Pro, and they have lasted us a long time, and they're still like...
Oh, yeah.
They still look pretty much brand new.
Right? Yeah, that ATL tip is... that's big.
Oh yeah,
that's big. There was a place in Dallas that had $2 like basically fishbowl mimosas, but they've since closed them.
We were very bummed when we found out that they were closing. Well, the whole restaurant closed.
Yeah.
But that was like our go-to every time we were there. So it's unfortunate.
Would be great if you do a vlog of travel essentials. All right.
Okay.
We can make sure to do that.
Yeah. I mean, we try to pack as light as possible. So.
Hey, unofficial bucket list families here. Howdy.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Other magical finds.
I think with respect to airports, what have we found?
Well, now we hang out in the lounges. So, a decent
Nose down, Hermione. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
No, not every airport has one. So, I'm trying to think, because actually...
Madison's... now we're back on Madison. They have that brew pub that has, like, super cheap beer, and it's really good. I don't remember. It's like a local... Oh, you bars. I'm telling you about a bar here.
Right?
It's whatever. There's a brewery. I'm sure if you started listing them off. But it's like the only bar there. It's fantastic. So that's one. But I don't think many people are going to find themselves flying through Madison.
No. I mean, we've gone to some smaller airports, but it would be kind of like a one-off thing. Like, remember we went to the Dayton? Yeah. Or is that Dayton? Is that the same one? No. We went to two different ones. We went to Dayton. Well, and then we went to the Akron airport.
Yeah.
And they both were...
The nachos in Akron Cat.
State Street Brats. We've been there. We go there, I feel like, every time.
Well, that's a must.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a must.
Wait, is that just in Madison? Or there's like a... Okay.
No, I think that's just...
I thought that was like saying there was one in their airport, because that would be pretty cool.
Wait, sometimes there's good food discounts. Oh, you mean
Great
if you show
Dane. Yeah, we've been there too, I think, right?
That might be the one, actually. The brewery.
Oh, at the airport.
Yeah.
No, because we've also been to a restaurant.
Yeah. They have good cheese curds.
Okay.
Yeah. They have good cheese curds.
You have good cheese. And so does the Old Fashioned.
I look much younger without my beard.
So, yeah, he really went big with his Halloween costume this year and, like, made it a mustache. And...
I was the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Yeah. And I told him...
And she walked into the bathroom while I was shaving and yelled some expletives. She didn't like my mustache, so...
Too much. So
whatever.
Now we have this.
I like it.
If you show... we missed this one. If you show your...
Oh, good discounts?
ID, you can get some good discounts.
That's definitely true.
I think we've done that only a couple times.
Mm-hmm. We always forget.
Because, we always forget, but we have to remember to do that.
Watch out, that kid just got his license. All right, y'all. Making fun of my beard.
I know, but when you had the mustache, just the mustache without, like, the beard, it aged you so much. I was like, oh my gosh, you look like you were in your 40s.
Get out of here. You have to, like my beard. I don't know if you'll, be able to tell on that.
But you gotta focus it. Touch it to focus.
I can't because the...
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I look good. Like, right?
Okay, we gotta wrap up this micro talk because I feel like we've been doing this for like an hour.
That's probably okay. If you're just joining, make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff.
Yeah. What other tips do you have for micro vacations?
What have we gone over? I feel like we've been all over the map here, quite literally. I think we've gone through everything that we kind of had written down.
Yeah. is
We really want to go to Singapore.
Yeah. And actually, we had that on our list when we were deciding where to go, like during our trip while I was on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
Singapore was on our list,
Yeah.
and we like almost went there, but then I got a little bit scared of the flight. Like,
But it wasn't that much longer.
It's really
than
not that
Tokyo.
much longer. I think it was, what?
14 hours versus
14 versus 12?
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, but
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to do that sometime in the future.
It'll become. We want to explore Asia a little bit more. We haven't been outside of Tokyo.
That, and we want to do Hong Kong because we want to get the Disney park.
Yeah. Chase those Disney parks.
We're trying to get all the Disney parks in. So far, we've only done 2.
We almost went to New Zealand.
Yeah, we almost went to New Zealand.
That would have been cool. There's lots of places, lots of long flights. Uncle Rico. Your dad just called me Uncle Rico.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know how to feel about that. It would have been great.
That is you.
Rude.
Totally true.
Rude. Let's see. So you got this, guys.
Okay. Yep.
So the hub cities.
You can also drive. I think we've discussed driving a little bit, but that's another way to take. You don't have to fly to take a micro vacation. You can drive, even if it's somewhere close by. Which, if you have kids, could make it even easier for you to be able to get away or take the kids and not have to have a screaming baby in the car if you're anything like us.
I would even be on board with like staying at a hotel downtown Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, that's more of a staycation.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know. I don't know if a micro vacation and a staycation are the same. If they are, then it's a solid idea.
Hey, thanks for joining, Roger. Have a good night. I hope the kids sleep for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Same here.
Oh, that never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I think we hit everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Make sure we got through all like the questions everyone is in.
I think so. We'll have to look into doing a couple of these videos.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you like the live format? We're just now starting to play around with it. It's kind of fun. I didn't know that you could like hook up your DSLR to the camera, and it was like
because we tried live when we were in Tokyo, and I don't know. I feel like it just didn't work out too well.
So your mom is messaging and says she wants to talk about where we're going to go for our Christmas trip.
Are you sure she's watching this?
She literally just said, "Let's talk about us." Where are we going on our day holiday trip?
I know, but I can't tell if she's just
she is, and if she's not, so Tammy, if you're watching this,
okay,
we are going to go to Germany. We're going to the Christmas market.
So we went to the Christmas market in Brussels, and in Lisbon, yes. I was just trying to think if we went in Paris, but that was February, so no. But we have yet to go in Germany, so we want to do that.
Yes. So we're gonna go to Germany. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go and hit the Christmas market.
I think it's a solid plan.
Right?
And I think the kids would love it, too.
Yeah.
We didn't get to hit Oktoberfest, so we should hit the Christmas market.
They want to go with Grandma and Pops. Or Grandma and Papa. They do. So.
All right.
Great Michigan Bush Company. Yep, they like it. All right. So I hope you have to do one from, like, your plane.
Yeah,
I think that would be amazing.
Oh, do you think you could do that?
I don't know, but I'll be the cameraman. You fly over and pick us up. And
we gotta do like a collab with you guys too, because I'm all about that flying.
She wants to do the toilet paper flying thing.
I think it would be fun. Yeah, we gotta make that happen, and we'll show you around Chicago, or we come to Michigan, whatever.
Right. Saginaw, right? Jeez, it's good.
That's near. Isn't that near Frankenmuth?
Frankenmuth. Yeah.
Do you guys go to Frankenmuth a lot? Because we've been there a few times.
A time or two.
Mostly at Christmas, as everybody that we
Never
know
want to go to
goes to.
Frankenmuth again.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, now we're just starting to get way off topic.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's make that happen.
You tell us when you can fly, and we will make it happen. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yeah.
Making sure that Tammy doesn't have any last second hot takes. They said, "Yep, they're talking. We're talking to them."
Okay.
So,
okay.
all right. So we're doing it. You heard it here, folks. We are going to go to Germany to the Christmas market.
So, whoever had asked the question earlier about announcing our next trip,
apparently we are.
We just did.
I'm pretty excited about this.
All right.
So expect a family affair on that one.
Okay.
All right, but for now we're gonna go to bed probably because the kids are sleeping at the moment and they've been awake every other night. So it's nap time.
Okay.
But thanks for watching.
Yep.
Make sure you subscribe and do all the other good stuff. But
we'll be back next Tuesday. Maybe not live, but
maybe live. This was fun. I don't know.
I like it. Maybe we'll be back with more avocado toast.
Feeling judged, but I don't care.
All right.
Okay. Well, have a wonderful night.